For those on dry land in Japan, the quarantine of the Diamond Princess cruise liner may be reassuring. But for the more than 3,500 passengers and crew on board, anxiety is mounting as the number of infections rises. On Thursday, an additional 44 people tested positive. Though people on board have hailed the crew's handling of the outbreak, some concede morale is fragile.
So it's getting people's moods down. One of the passengers in the night were keeping other passengers awake, an old lady who was crying for a couple of hours in her cabin. So yeah, life isn't as easy as it was last week.
Though officials have announced plans to allow some elderly patients to leave the ship, passengers who have been in close contact with those who tested positive must stay on board until the 2-week-long quarantine ends on February 19th. Meanwhile, Olympic officials insisted the Summer Games will not be postponed or canceled.
For Tokyo 2020, we've put countermeasures in place at the headquarters set up by CEO Toshihiro Muto. And we're sharing information with the National Institute of Infectious Diseases. Also, at the Prime Minister's head office, countermeasures for the new coronavirus have been established by the Japanese government, and border control actions are being taken.
Some Japanese authorities have nonetheless admitted they still have no clue as to when the spread of the virus will be resolved. And the clock is ticking. The games will open in Tokyo on July 24th.
The number of infections on a cruise ship quarantined off Japan has tripled to 61. 41 new passengers have confirmed to have been infected today. They include 21 Japanese as well as Americans, Canadians and Australians.
All the confirmed cases are from a sample of nearly 300 people who were tested because they were showing symptoms or had been in close contact with those who did.
Now, there were more than 3,700 passengers and crew on the ship when it arrived off Japan's coast on Monday evening. And they are all now under a mandatory 2-week quarantine on board the vessel. The cluster of cases was uncovered after an 80-year-old Hong Kong man tested positive after disembarking late last month.
Like I said, we've been very cheerful, but frankly, I have to tell you now, we're becoming quite afraid. Gay's sister is a doctor in Washington, D.C., who spoke with the American CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and they say that it's very likely that the virus is actually in the air on the ship, being circulated on the ship.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says 5 Singaporeans are aboard the quarantine cruise ship off the coast of Yokohama, Japan. All 5 on the Diamond Princess have reported to be physically well. The ministry also said that the Singapore Embassy in Tokyo is in contact to provide necessary consular assistance.